What's up, everyone? Joining me this week for the TWIF video, that is week 12, is my cousin Spencer, owner of the team, Nick Saban's Worst Nightmare. Spencer, how's it going?
Hey, what's up?
Now, as you can all imagine, Spencer has earned his second appearance on the TWIF series. As some of you know, and for those that do know, I am impressed. He was on last year, and he was in SportsCenter mic quality as he is this time around, but I can't really do anything about it, and it's not really that bad. So I'm going to fly through last week's matchups, and Spencer's going to talk to me about this week's matchups. Last week we had a mixture of Matt Ryan being bad, Jacksonville just Jacksonville, and other things, causing me to score a record low 28 points and lose. We had Weston, get your popcorn ready, narrowly edging out C. Gouch, who almost stole a win. If only Christian had set his fucking lineup. Clapford taking down the Cure Sucks, no surprise. Spencer being edged out by Disco Hobbits. Spencer, what do you have to say about your rivalry with Disco Hobbits?
I have to say that I'm kind of mad that I've never beat him ever. I've lost 4 games to him.
So
in
you're 0-4 against Disco Hobbits.
0-4 against Disco, and I think between the 2 years I've only lost like 8 games. So
Wow.
that means I've lost half of the games I've lost against Disco.
He has your number, man.
And not only that, it's not like I'm getting blown out. Like
yeah, they're usually
6,
really
one
good
was
games.
by 8. Yeah, I can try to remember I remember the first one last year was by 6, but I don't remember what the other 2 were since then.
I'd say it's probably the second best rivalry to Ben and Cameron, in my opinion. Anywho, we had Cameron losing by 1 point. Cameron is sitting at 5-6 in a weak division. Spencer, are his playoff chances over? Cameron. If you scroll over to the league tab, you see his division. I mean, there's 2 6-5 teams and 2 5-6 teams.
I would say no one in that division is really out of it, though. It's all an activity. I mean, like, if you're not going to be active, you're probably not going to be able to win it.
Yeah.
That's basically what it boils down to.
I think
I'll put my money on Ben just because of his activity. And then he's got the X Factor, the Fantasy Genius title.
The Fantasy Genius X Factor. Taking another look at divisions now that the league is almost into the playoffs, we have in Division 1, Weston is 8-3, Night Owl is 7-4, and I'm 6-5. Things are looking pretty bleak for me, but I have an incredibly easy schedule, but my team is in tatters right now. Do I have any chance in hell of making it into the playoffs?
I would say you do. I think the only reason why Weston is doing so well is that his tight end and wide receiver Calvin Johnson, like his 2 highest picks, I think 1 and 2 were where he picked him, have been performing. His quarterback's just a nightmare. Like Flacco and Eli have just been awful. I mean, his running backs are iffy. His wins lately have been on big performances by Calvin Johnson, and that guy on the Saints is really big and catches a lot of touchdowns.
Jimmy Graham.
Yeah, that boy.
Yeah.
And I feel like they're gonna have bad weeks, and when they do, he's gonna lose. I would still say he has a slight edge over you, but I don't know what your remaining schedule is. But
it's
if
super
easy.
It's super easy.
Do you have the edge over him with points scored?
No, he's way ahead of me in points.
Ooh, then I'd have to put him. I feel like it's going to be like neck and neck at the end, and it's all going to be about points scored.
Well, what about the Night Owl? Where does she fall into this? Because she's 7-4, I'm 6-5, and Weston's 8-3.
She starts people on bye, Wiley. I don't know the rest of her schedule's like, but I mean, if you start people on bye, it doesn't matter what your team is like, you're going to lose.
That's true.
And I mean, she could have like one guy get injured and then just playing the rest of the year. Like I saw her start a guy out, like guys on bye 2 weeks in a row. Like
not as bad as Cure sucks, but about as close. And then finally, your division, you're basically locked, barring a huge choke, and even then, you'll get the wild card spot. The only curious thing is who's gonna pull the wild card, because it's not gonna be anyone from Division III most likely. It's either gonna be me, the Night Owl, or Disco, I would say. So that's something to watch. Finishing up the recap of last week, we had to take a look at the division. I think it was incredibly necessary. Let's see, what did I end with? Yeah, you losing to Disco. And then No Fried, like I said, barely edged out Cameron. That's a huge game decided by 1 point. And then once again, we had Aaron taking a win that he really almost shouldn't have. Ben really should have won this game. I don't really know what happened. Dwayne Bowe put up a goose egg for Ben, and that really, really hurt him.
Yeah, any Chief player, like I would, honestly, even Jamal Charles, like their whole offense is just in tatters. Like they have nothing really. I mean, I forget. I don't even remember who the quarterback is. It seems like they've gone through like 3 this year, like 2.
Are they rolling with Brady TWIF?
Yeah, I mean, if they are, they're probably going to do. I don't even know. Just don't even go there.
All right. So starting off the Week 12 preview portion of this week's TWIF, we have Weston and I, which should not be close. First of all, we have Matt Ryan going up against Eli Pussy Willow Manning. And I think Ryan will outscore Manning, but that's about the only bright spot for my team this week.
Yeah, I mean, I would agree with that. I feel like Eli is just, I mean, it's like people have been guarding Victor Cruz and forgetting to leave him wide open like they normally do. I don't know.
Okay, and then we have Marshawn Lynch and Chris Johnson. What do you think about that matchup?
Who are the Seahawks playing?
The Seahawks are playing. I have the schedule right in front of me. I just can't find it. Oh, they're playing the Dolphins. So it's an okay matchup. The Dolphins have a pretty good run, dude.
Pretty good matchup. I feel like the Dolphins' offense. I love Tannehill to death, but he's a rookie. He's gonna throw some pixies. They have got no running game at all, so they're gonna have to throw it. Tannehill's gonna throw pixies, and then the Seahawks are gonna run the ball to run the clock out. So he's gonna get a lot of carries, and I would say the run defense is average. So I would say he's gonna have a good week. And Chris Johnson, I mean, honestly, like I would be scared to start him. I mean, I know he's had some good weeks lately, but like I feel like those are kind of fluky.
What if I told you he was playing Jacksonville?
Ooh. Honestly, I would tell you look at who played Jacksonville last week. The Texans. And I know for a fact Arian Foster had like 6 points. In my opinion, he's the best back. So, I mean, there's no telling.
Yeah. Well, I'm going to give the edge to Chris Johnson just because Jacksonville's worthless. Here we have Andre Brown and Jamal Charles. Charles is pretty inconsistent. Brown has had two really good weeks in a row. But for some reason, he's projected .7 and he's not hurt. Can you shed some light on this?
I would say it has something to do with Fabiano.
I mean,
I seriously,
I know that Bradshaw's coming back, but even then, come on.
Honestly, if I were you, Wiley, I would go to the waiver wire and pick up that other Jaguars running back. I don't know if someone picked him up.
Spencer, I already fucking have him. He got, oh my god.
Not Jennings, they have another guy now.
I don't want anything to do with any Jacksonville offensive player whose first name is not Maurice.
I wouldn't, honestly, I hate to say it, a Chiefs player is going to outscore one of your players.
Oh, I agree. Moving on, Eric Decker and Megatron. Decker has a phenomenal matchup against the Chiefs, so he gets the edge over Megatron from me.
Really?
Yeah, I think so. I mean, the Lions are playing the Texans' defense. Granted, they gave up a ton of points to Jacksonville, but it's still the Texans.
Yeah, but Johnson just was hurt.
Oh, don't give a fuck about Jonathan Joseph.
Yeah, but he's the best cover guy. You realize that they're
Big deal. Matt Stafford's had an awful year.
It doesn't matter. It's still Matt Stafford. Like, it's the same player. It's just he's having an off year.
So you're giving the edge to Megatron.
Yes, I am.
Okay.
But I think Megatron and then I think the other line receiver, Broyles, are both going to have really good weeks. I think the Texans' secondary is going to be exposed.
Okay. After an awful performance last week, Mike Wallace faces off with Randall Cobb. I'm giving Cobb the edge here based on last week's performance and the fact that the Pittsburgh Steelers have a hurt rapist on their team. The rapist that usually throws the ball around. Spencer, your thoughts?
Yeah, I mean, Big Ben, that other guy, that black guy that they have starting, he's kind of old. Leftwich. He's kind of old, and he's more of a runner. It seems like he likes to run it a lot. I think he stole the rushing touchdown last
year. Yeah, he had one touchdown last week, and it was a big run.
Yeah, I don't think he's gonna air it deep at all. I think he's gonna be underneath passes, and he's just there to kind of eat them into the playoffs till Big Ben can come back.
Okay, so Randall Cobb gets the edge for both of us. Jimmy Graham and Vernon Davis, we just need to skip this one because we know Graham is going to outperform him. Yes?
Barring some injury, yeah.
Yeah. And then we have James Jones and Law Firm. Granted, James Jones has a pretty good matchup against the Giants, but I don't know. Who are you going to give the edge to? I'm thinking Jones.
Yeah, I like James Jones.
Okay.
Cincinnati's airing the ball out a lot. I don't think you can get it. Law Firm can get a touchdown. I mean, basically any Packers receiver, like any of those top three guys who are playing, are going to do well. So I think Jordan Nelson's coming back this week, so it's going to be interesting to see how that plays out.
Good insight there. And then Greg the Leg and Blair Walsh. Greg the Leg has had some disappointing weeks due to his shitty offense, but I'm still going to give him the edge over Blair Walsh because the Vikings have a tough matchup against the Bears.
If he doesn't break the NFL kicking record in the next 2 years, I'm going to be extremely surprised.
Not to mention the fact that the Vikings are playing in Soldier Field in November, which is notorious for cold weather and bad kicking conditions. So Greg the Leg is playing in like a cool 75-degree Arizona Cardinals stadium. Greg the Leg definitely gets the edge here for me.
Same.
And we have the Blitzburg Steelers going up against Herpity Derp. The Browns. But then we have the Texans facing off against the Lions, who have been very turnover happy this year. Spencer, who gets the edge for you?
This is a really tough one. I mean, I already said that the Texans secondary is going to be exposed. Jonathan Joseph was the primary guy. It's like the Jets after they lost
Cromartie or Revis, whichever.
I think it was Revis, I really do. But I'm going to go with the Steelers. I think they're not very good this year, defensively, but the Texans are going to be exposed. What can I say?
Yeah, the thing about defense is if they're playing an awful offense, even if they don't get any turnovers, they're going to net you some points. I don't really see the Browns. The Browns played the Cowboys last week, who couldn't get the ball anywhere near the goddamn end zone for the whole first half, and they could only manage to put up 10 points. The Browns' offense is just bad.
Yeah, and then not only that, but think about the Texans. Obviously J.J. Watt will get a sack or two, but outside that, I don't really see. Maybe an interception, and maybe actually I take that back. I think the Texans will have 2 sacks, maybe 1 interception, and then they'll have 1 kickoff return for a touchdown. But I feel like Detroit's gonna light it up. They're gonna score 30 or 40, in between there.
Interesting.
I mean,
who do you give the edge to in the game, me or Weston?
Ooh, I have to go with. It's gonna be close. I'm Weston probably.
me say this. LaShawn McCoy is hurt. Maurice Jones-Drew is hurt. Jeremy Macklin's quarterback is hurt. Mike Wallace's quarterback is hurt. I have virtually no chance in hell of winning this game or making it into the playoffs. If I do, it will be a miracle. Weston gets the edge for me. And here, Spencer, we have the Night Owl and Sea Gouch. And that last matchup was pretty good and close, but I really want to fly through some of these bad ones. Okay?
Okay.
Josh Freeman and Peyton Manning. Manning gets the edge. Disagree, agree?
Yeah.
Okay. Sean Green and Kevin Smith. I hate to say it, Sean Green is going to get the edge simply because Kevin Smith doesn't actually play.
Yeah.
Dougie Martin
Is that the Lions receiver?
Kevin Smith is the Lions running back.
Oh, okay, yeah.
Doug Martin and DeMarco Murray. DeMarco Murray is still hurt, so obviously Martin gets the edge.
Yeah.
Kevin Queeftree, who shouldn't even be starting, is playing Anquan Bolden. Bolden obviously gets the edge.
Remember week 1?
Yeah, remember Lily benches Ogletree week 1 when he goes off because her dad told her to, and then he hasn't done shit since then, and she started him every week. Anyway, Bolden gets the edge. Des Bryant and Brandon Marshall. Action J is hurt, so I'm giving Bryant the edge. Thoughts?
Marshall's pretty good.
I don't care. He doesn't have a quarterback.
I really like Dez or anyone in the Cowboys offense, so I'd say Marshall, but...
Okay. And then Brent Selleck is going to outscore Tom Crabtree because Crabtree doesn't play, obviously.
Yeah.
Mario.
Not only that, but I think Jordy Nelson had a touchdown and 70 yards last week.
Manningham and Jackson. I think Jackson gets the edge despite having a bad quarterback.
Yeah.
Garrett Hartley and Dan Bailey. I'd say Dan Bailey's better.
Yeah.
The Bengals defense and the Niners defense. The Niners are playing the Saints, who love to put up points, and the Bengals are playing the Raiders, who suck dick. So the Bengals get the edge for me.
Ooh, it is the 49ers defense, though. I'll agree with you, though. Bengals versus Raiders.
Okay. And then I really, really hope Seagotch pulls this one out. Just because I think it would be a good story and it would make the playoff picture more interesting. But I'm giving the edge to Night Owl.
Yeah.
Okay. We have you and Clap for another one we're going to try to fly through because there's really no way you should lose. Okay. Drew Brees and Romo. I'm going to give Romo the edge. He has a weak matchup.
It's a little breezy.
It's Little Breezy playing the Niners defense. Give me a break. Hasn't Tony Romo won every Thanksgiving game start?
That doesn't mean that he's going to play well.
It does when he plays on Thanksgiving.
No, but Dan Bailey's going to kick 6 field goals and they're going to win like they do every year.
Anyway, Ryan Matthews and Donald Brown. Matthews gets the edge. Don't even say anything. Alfred Morris and Kendall Hunter, they're both pretty bad. Morris has gone way downhill, but obviously he gets the edge. Don't even say anything. Reggie Wayne and Vincent Jackson, I'm giving the slight edge to Wayne because he's playing the awful Bills defense. What about you?
I like V-Jax. I don't think it matters who he plays. He's gonna have that week where he has two touchdowns, and I feel like he's due.
Much like your next receiver, Torrey Smith, who likes to catch 2 touchdowns a game. He's playing Malcolm Floyd.
And then get 7 yards the next game.
Yeah, well, price you pay, I guess. Better than my receivers who just don't do shit. Ever. Anyway, I think Malcolm Floyd is going to net a few more points, but I think it'll be close. What about you?
I'm not starting Torrey Smith.
Okay. I think Jason Witten will outperform Aaron Hernandez. I watched the Cowboys game last week. They go to Witten a whole lot, and he just gets a lot of touches. And I think Hernandez will get a touchdown. I expect both tight ends to net about 10 points. What about you?
That's a good bet.
Okay.
I'm starting the San Diego wide receiver.
Oh, okay.
Alexander.
Okay.
I took just Torrey Smith. What's his matchup?
The Ravens are playing the Chargers in San Diego.
I may start him. I don't know.
All right, let's not get bogged down in detail. Adrian Peterson versus Jeremy Curley. Obviously, you're going to win that one. Easy. Jason Hansen and Steven Gostkowski. Hansen's a top-tier kicker, and you think that the Lions will go ham on the Texans. So I'm guessing you think Hansen will have a lot of points, yes?
Well, I want you to look at his projected point and tell me that that's completely wrong.
I mean, for the people still watching this incredibly long TWIF, and I know some of you love them long, like Ron Jeremy, but there is no way in hell Jason Hansen is going to score less than a point. Why the hell is he projected 1 point?
that was just mind-boggling to me.
Anyway, and then the Bears defense and Broncos defense. The Bears have a worse matchup than the Broncos, but they still lead the league in takeaways, so I'm giving it to the Bears. Yes, Bears?
Yeah.
I know it's contrary to what I said that it would be an easy win for Spencer, but I do think he will come away with this one. Okay, Spencer, this is another one we're just going to blow through, okay? Okay. We have Disco and the Cure sucks. Aaron Rodgers, RG3. Aaron Rodgers will do better. D'Angelo Williams, Arian Foster. Arian Foster will do better.
Let's just say Disco's going to win and go to the next one.
Okay. Okay, I agree. Disco, yes?
Yes.
Okay.
I would say he basically every player on this team is better.
Alright, here we have dun-dun-dun, the game of the week. Arguably the best rivalry in the Fantasy Football League. Ben and Cameron. Longtime friends, longtime rivals. Way back. Back in the days of Zellniger Caverns, these guys were duking it out as rivals. Easy. First of all, Andrew Luck, Phil Rivers. Luck, great pickup by the fantasy genius. Phil Rivers eats lots of shit. Andrew Luck gets the edge for me. Spencer, your thoughts?
I like Rivers.
Really? Did you like him last year when he torpedoed your team?
I don't like him on a regular basis, but I'm thinking back on the Texans-Ravens game, and I'm remembering a lot of touchdowns.
Okay, fair enough.
This isn't the Ravens defense fault.
Michael LaShore, first name misspelled, will be facing off against Ray Rice, who is a legend. Ray Rice gets the edge for me, easy. What about you?
Yeah.
Okay. T. Rich facing off with Stephen Ridley. Richardson looked incredibly strong facing off against the Cowboys defense last week, so he gets the edge for me. Spencer, your thoughts?
Yeah, agreed.
Okay.
I really like Richardson. I didn't think at the beginning of the year I said I wouldn't touch him, but I would now.
Now, Steve Smith and Randy Moss, I can attribute at least 2 of Cameron's losses this year that were incredibly close to him starting Randy Moss for absolutely no logical reason. Moss puts up 1 or 2 points and Cameron loses by 1 or 2. Had he just started like Herb Derp, like Danny Woodhead, or someone that was like a consistent 5-pointer, or someone with any talent for that matter, he would have won.
Off the waiver wires.
Yeah, this is the difference between like Cameron and Ben. Ben has these phenomenal waiver wire pickups, and Cameron will just stick it out with awful people like Randy Moss all year. Steve Smith gets the edge, yes?
Yes.
Okay. Dwayne Bowen, Lance Moore. Bo, awful week last week. Lance Moore, pretty freaking good, and has a good, decent matchup, we'll say, because he's at home. Lance Moore gets the edge for me, Spencer.
Who are the Chiefs playing?
The Chiefs are playing the Broncos.
Oh, honestly, I want to say there's going to
Understandable.
And Dwayne Bowe is like the number one guy for the Chiefs, as abysmal as they are. So the fact that they have no quarterback, I guess, forces me to give the edge to Moore.
Okay. That's all I'm
Anyone who Brady Quinn throws the ball to is not going to do well.
Yeah, if you're placing your fantasy season on Brady Quinn's shoulders, you're going to be very disappointed.
Every time.
Much like watchers of college football that have to suffer through the BCS. Tony Gonzalez and Kyle Adams. Adams, I'm pretty sure doesn't even play, so I'm giving Gonzalez the edge. Don't say anything. Danny Amendola, Demaryius Thomas. This is like a really good flex matchup because both receivers are damn good. I'm giving the edge to Thomas just because he seems to be getting a lot of Decker's targets recently. Your thoughts?
Yeah.
Okay.
Agreed.
Ryan Suchop facing off against Connor Barth. Both kickers are pretty shit, but I'm giving Barth the edge because I don't really see the Kansas City Chiefs doing much of anything against the Broncos.
Yeah. Agreed.
Okay. And then we have the Arizona Cardinals and the New York Jets. Spencer, the Jets are playing the Patriots. So, Arizona edge.
Well, this is the Jets without like their best players.
This is the Jets without their best players, who are already bad, facing off against an offense they can't stop. The Cardinals get the edge.
Easy.
And I do a game of the week every week, Spencer, but this is one of those games where everyone in the fantasy football league should be watching. It's just that good of a rivalry. Whoever loses this game is out of the playoffs. They don't have a fucking chance in hell of getting in. So, not only is this a great rivalry between two of the bigger personalities in our league, or at least you can say Ben definitively is a big personality. So, big personalities, big matchup, best rivalry, playoff implications. What more could you ask for? Who does your edge go to?
I would say a top tier kicker, but the edge goes to gosh. I want Cameron to pull it out just to make things more interesting, but I would say Ben's gonna win.
I'm also gonna give.
It's gonna be a close win because it's just I feel like his wide receiving core is pretty weak.
And also,
running back,
Cameron has a lot of talent at running back.
Yeah, Ben. The Lions guy's okay, and then Richardson's pretty good, but that's really all he has.
I'm gonna give the edge to the fantasy genius here. I think he he wins this game as 6-6 and looks to Jew his way out of that third division into a playoff spot.
Yeah, I guess I can see that.
All right, and then we have strangely 2 6-5 teams with huge playoff implications. Aaron and record breaking. Tom Brady, Matthew Stafford. Tom Brady. Shut your fucking mouth. Tom Brady's going to win this so easy. He's playing the Jets with no corners.
Oh, yeah.
Okay.
Stafford's going to light it up.
So Brady gets the edge from both of us. TJ Spiller and Matty Forte. Forte has a decent matchup, but Spiller has a better one because he's playing the Colts. Advantage Spiller, yes?
And you TJ Spiller, of course. Like, he leads the NFL in yards per carry. Like, if you have someone like that on your team, like, there's weeks where they give him literally, like, 7 carries. Like, I don't understand why you wouldn't give him, like, 40 or 30 carries. I think he averages, like, it's like 7.9 yards per carry. That's ridiculous.
Okay, give me 1 second, guys. Hello? Spencer, we're back.
Okay.
With some technical difficulty, we have returned. Okay, so we were at Aaron's matchup. So CJ Spiller outperformed Matt Forte. Darren Sproles was probable last week and didn't play, so I'm giving the edge to Bush.
If the Lightning Bug plays, he'll have the advantage.
Yeah, but I don't think he will is the thing. Jordy Nelson, better than Jordy Jordan, will outperform Brandon Lloyd. I agree with you. I think Jordy Nelson coming back spells good things for the Packers offense.
But not for James Jones and Cobb.
Yeah, well, their offense as a whole, we'll say. Ryan Broyles, sooner be gay than a Sooner. Oklahoma graduate facing off with Marcus Colston. I really foresee the Saints scoring a shit ton of points, dude. Like, I don't see it happening any other way. I think all the Saints offensive players, especially the receivers, are going to have big weeks, and I think he will outperform Broyles.
Broyles has the edge, my book.
Okay. And you already stated why. You said the Texans.
Yeah, the double covering Calvin Johnson. He's going to have single coverage, and he's going to go ham.
Okay. Brandon Pettigrew will do better than Heath Miller. I don't even think we need to talk about this. Brian Leftwich is bad, yes?
Agreed.
Michael Crabtree.
So I do want to throw out that even though Leftwich is bad, he can't throw it very far. So he likes to dump it short, which could spell for a few catches for Heath Miller.
Yeah, he likes to dump it short right into the other team's hands, Spencer. Pettigrew gets the edge. LaRod Stevens howling, the only thing keeping Aaron with a winning record, will outperform Michael Crabtree, who is most famous for screwing UT out of national championships. Spencer, your thoughts?
UT deserves it.
The only thing UT deserves is getting to play A&M every Thanksgiving from now until the end of time. But we can't fucking have it. Kyle, what the fuck?
God, I'm thinking get a bowl game though. That's a little redemption.
A bowl game. Like, just bad. That's all I have to say.
It's going to be disappointing for sure when I turn on the TV to watch football and I'm not watching the Ag on Thanksgiving.
I agree completely. And they're playing Missouri, which, like, why the hell would A&M ever schedule Missouri? All they ever do is lose to Missouri.
I think it's a conference game.
No, it's
Isn't
not.
it?
No. Missouri's not in the SEC. I don't think.
Are you sure?
Let's not get bogged down in how bad the college football system is. Tell me how good David Akers is, Spencer.
He's pretty freaking good.
I agree. The Atlanta Falcons and the Baltimore Ravens. I'm going to give the Falcons the edge here. I just really don't see the Ravens doing all that well in San Diego.
This isn't the Ravens defense of old. Like,
yeah.
This is where people can be like, oh, Ravens, those Steelers, they're so good. But, like, they're not. Like,
No Ray Lewis.
Like, it's not that good. Yeah, Ray Lewis is gone. I don't know. They're not very good, and they're not going to do well. Atlanta gets the edge.
Okay. So who are you giving the edge to in this game? Aaron, really. I'm giving it to No Fry because I think Tom Brady is literally going to put up 30 points.
Yeah, but Matthew Stafford is too. And Aaron's a lucky dog, and he's going to win.
Okay. Guys, that was TWIF Week 12 preview with Spencer. He has the best record in our fantasy team, and we might have gotten screwed out of spending Thanksgiving together, but we sure as hell did a TWIF together. Spencer, closing thoughts?
Lions are going to go ham.
Okay, and with that, we end your TWIF Week 12 preview. Goodbye.